Nestled amidst the emerald peaks of northern Vietnam, Sapa welcomes every traveler with an embrace of mist and majesty. Just over 300 kilometers from the relentless bustle of Hanoi, and hugging the Chinese border, lies a mountainous town that seems suspended between clouds and centuries. This is Sapa, a sanctuary of grandeur, of haunting beauty, and a living testament to the harmony between nature and humanity. Getting to Sapa marks the beginning of an unforgettable adventure. For those longing for an immersive experience, the overnight train from Hanoi gently rattles its way north, winding through river valleys and scattered villages before reaching Lao Cai in the cool silence of dawn. From there, a winding mountain road lifts you higher and higher, revealing glimpses of terraced fields and forested slopes. Buses and private cars also bring travelers to this elevated haven, each journey a prelude to the wonder that awaits. As you arrive, the very landscape announces Sapa's extraordinary presence. Towering mountains, cloaked in overlapping shades of green and blue, encircle deep valleys where rivers cut silver lines through a tapestry of verdant rice terraces. During the early mornings, the scene is ethereal, the slopes wrapped in thick, drifting fog, muffling all sound except the occasional crow of a rooster or the gentle knock of bamboo in the wind. Sapa is a place where the horizon feels close enough to touch, yet every peak promises further marvels. The crown jewels of Sapa's scenery are the rice terraces, masterpieces etched meticulously into the mountainsides by generations of hands. In spring, from March to May, the terraces are filled with water, each plot catching the sky and clouds in a shimmering mosaic of mirrors. As summer arrives, the fields morph into myriad shades of green, the young rice plants growing with vibrant vigor. Come autumn, from September through November, the landscape glows gold as the rice ripens and Sapa prepares for harvest. No matter the season, the terraces beckon the eye and the imagination, each step and curve reflecting both nature's contours and human ingenuity. Woven through these landscapes are trails that have guided locals and wanderers for centuries. Trekking is not just an activity in Sapa. It is a rite of passage, a way to connect intimately with the land and its people. Routes like Lao Chai, Tavan, Cat Cat, and Huy Linh Ho spill out from the town into valleys and villages. Each path unfurls at its own rhythm, some winding gently through bamboo groves and along mountain streams, others climbing steeply into high, wind-blown ridges. One of the classic treks leads from Sapa to the village of Lao Chai. The journey descends into the heart of Muong Hua Valley, crossing narrow bridges and passing rice terraces that cascade, step by step, all the way down to the river. Along the way, you might encounter water buffalo grazing peacefully, children laughing as they chase each other along muddy footpaths, and villagers weaving or tending to their crops. The trail continues to Ta Van, another Hmong and Dao community, where homes sit perched above terraced steps and gardens grow lush with corn and bamboo. Cat Cat Village, closer to Sapa town, offers a gentler introduction to trekking. The trail winds past thatched roof houses and traditional water wheels, descending into a valley where waterfalls crash with timeless energy. For those seeking solitude, Huy Linh Ho promises quiet trails through rugged, almost untouched landscapes, where the only sounds are bird song and the rustling of wild grass. Yet for some, the ultimate challenge and reward lies beyond these villages, at the very summit of Fansipan, known proudly as the roof of Indochina. Standing at 3,143 meters, Fansipan is Vietnam's highest peak. Ambitious trekkers can set out on a multi-day expedition, traversing dense forests, ancient trees draped in moss, and cloud-wrapped ridges where every breath grows thinner and every view more breathtaking. Alternatively, the modern cable car soars over valleys and green wilderness, offering a bird's-eye perspective of a world that feels both ancient and wild. At the summit, on clear days, you are greeted with a 360-degree panorama, a mesmerizing sweep of mountains rolling layer upon layer, as if the very earth is holding its breath. Trekking in Sapa is as varied as the land itself. There are gentle half-day walks for those who seek immersion without exertion. There are strenuous multi-day treks that challenge the body and reward the soul with moments of pure, unfiltered awe. No matter the route, every step in Sapa is a journey into the heart of a living landscape. Of course, the journey is not only about the ground beneath your feet, but also where you rest your head. Homestays offer travelers a window and a door into local life. In traditional wooden longhouses perched above terraces or nestled in valleys, guests fall asleep to the sound of crickets and river water. At dawn, the aroma of wood smoke and steaming rice fills the air. Meals here are lovingly prepared, made from whatever is fresh: sticky rice, mountain vegetables, savory pork, often served with a glass of homemade rice wine. The warmth of the host families, their laughter and stories shared by the fire, transforms every stay into an experience beyond accommodation. It's an invitation into the daily rhythm and enduring traditions of Sapa's hill tribes. Guiding you along these tracks and through these homes are local trekking guides, many of whom belong to the region's diverse ethnic groups, such as the Hmong, Dao, Zay, and Tay. Walk with them, and you'll find the land comes alive with meaning, with stories of ancestors, legends carved into mountain stones, and the wisdom of living in balance with the land. Your guide will show you the uses of wild herbs, point out ancient irrigation ditches, explain the significance behind every embroidered pattern on local clothing. Through their eyes, the mountains are not just grand, they are filled with life, memory, and belonging. Sapa's natural riches extend well beyond its rice fields and high trails. Waterfalls tumble from great heights, carving their paths through mist and rock. Silver Waterfall, a shimmering curtain of water cascading nearly 200 meters, dazzles under the midday sun. Love Waterfall, another celebrated gem, is reached by a trail that meanders through ancient bamboo forests, its shaded, tranquil path as memorable as the falls themselves. Mountain streams, cool and clear, dance over stones and roots, inviting trekkers to rest and listen as the world slows down. Bamboo forests stand tall and silent, swaying in the wind, their trunks creating a multitude of green shapes that catch and play with the light. Throughout all of this, Sapa's weather keeps you guessing. The air remains crisp and cool year-round, a refreshing reprieve from the heat of the lowlands. In winter, from December to February, the chill can deepen to frost, laying a delicate silver lace over the terraces. Some years, a dusting of snow transforms the mountains into an unexpected winter wonderland. The shifting mists, the dance of sunbeams through clouds, the sudden downpours of summer and soft golden sunlight of autumn, all make Sapa a living painting, ever-changing, brimming with drama and gentle beauty. For those eager to capture the perfect moment, a few tips help immortalize the magic. Early mornings before sunrise offer the most enchanting light, valleys glowing soft pink and gold, while clouds drift in loose blankets among the peaks. Wide-angle lenses allow you to grasp the immensity of the terraces and the endless stretch of ridges. Drones, where permitted, reveal patterns invisible from the ground. Ribbons of rice, tiny villages cradled by green, paths snaking between worlds. Weather can shift rapidly, so be ready to shield your gear from mist or rain. And above all, keep your senses open. Sometimes the best shot is not the grand vista, but the detail. A raindrop resting on a rice stalk, an old woman threading colored yarn, the laughter of children skipping along a stony path. Packing for Sapa's treks is an exercise in foresight and simplicity. Good trekking shoes are essential. Paths can be steep, muddy, and uneven. Weatherproof clothing, including a reliable raincoat, protects against sudden storms. Insect repellent wards off curious mountain bugs. While days may be warm, nights can drop low, so bring layers to stay cozy. A hat, sunscreen, and a reusable water bottle help keep you comfortable and hydrated as you climb and descend along these ancient trails. And then, as the first light spills over the horizon, there is a moment when all is still. The valleys below are a sea of silent cloud, the terraces just discernible as gentle waves upon the land. Birds take flight, threading ribbons of song through the air. The world awakens, and for a heartbeat, all of Sapa is yours, untouched, unhurried, and overflowing with promise. Sapa's natural beauty is more than a destination. It is a living story, one written every day by mountain, mist, and those who call this land home. Whether you come for a gentle stroll or a grueling climb to Fansipan Peak, whether you linger in a village or wander lost among waterfalls and bamboo, each experience here is an act of reverence, a chance to witness one of the world's most stunning landscapes and to find in its quiet majesty a reflection of the wonder within yourself. But Sapa's heart beats not only in its stunning scenery, but also in the vibrant tapestry of people who tend its fields, guide its visitors, and celebrate their unique cultures. In the next episode, the journey will shift from path to people, from landscape to life. Prepare to meet the diverse, welcoming, and ever-resilient communities that make Sapa not just a place of beauty, but a place of extraordinary connection. Nestled amidst the misty peaks and terraced hills of northern Vietnam lies a world unlike any other, the highlands of Sapa, where the rhythms of mountain life echo through valleys and ancient cultures flourish side by side. This is a land where ethnic diversity breathes life into every market stall, every footpath, and every welcoming village. Here, 5 core ethnic tribes have called Sapa home for centuries: the Hmong, the Dao, the Tay, the Jie, and the Jafo. The people of Sapa are as captivating as the landscapes they inhabit. Wander through its winding trails and you'll encounter Hmong women, instantly recognizable by their distinctive indigo-dyed clothing, bold silver jewelry, and the tactile artistry of their batik textiles. Unlike anything you'll find elsewhere, this traditional clothing is more than fabric. It is a living canvas. Women rub beeswax onto cloth, creating intricate geometric patterns by hand, then dip the pieces into indigo dye drawn from plants grown on the hillsides. The result is a palette of deep blues and crisp whites, often accented with embroidered motifs that tell personal stories or reveal ancestral connections. Silver neck rings, heavy bracelets, and elaborate earrings worn by Hmong women shimmer in the mountain sun, signifying not only beauty and wealth, but age-old family traditions. Further along the pathway, a sudden splash of red signals an encounter with the Red Dao, renowned for their vivid headscarves, wrapped with practiced hands and often adorned with coins or tassels. The Dao are easily identified in the swirling morning mist. Among the most treasured aspects of their culture is the herbal bath tradition, an experience rooted in generations of interaction with Sapa's lush forests. Medicinal leaves, harvested from the hills, are steeped and blended into steaming baths intended to soothe aches, invigorate the soul, and protect against mountain chill. These baths are so famous, travelers seek them out to experience Red Dao wellness firsthand, witnessing the wisdom of an ancient, nature-reverent lifestyle. If Sapa's fashions are an encyclopedia of tradition, its clothing tells stories of endurance and creativity. Across the highlands, you'll see skirts vibrantly embroidered with floral patterns, sashes woven in diamond mosaics, and jackets trimmed with hand-stitched borders. Children wear pint-sized versions of ceremonial attire, passed down by mothers and grandmothers, while neighbors gather in small groups to dye, sew, and weave together. Every pattern and stitch represents a memory, a tribe, a way of life shaped over centuries. These colors are both a marker of identity and a practical shield against the unpredictable moods of the highland weather. Life in Sapa's villages is marked by a profound connection to the land. Fields of emerald green rice terraces follow the curves of steep hillsides, each terrace hand-carved and maintained by generations of families. At dawn, the valleys are alive with the sound of water wheels turning and the laughter of children racing barefoot through the mud. Water buffalo graze in sun-dappled clearings, chickens scratch in kitchen gardens, and pigs root about under stilted houses. Rice is not only a staple crop, but a sacred bond, the lifeblood around which work, festivals, and prosperity revolve. Alongside farming, villagers raise livestock, gather firewood, and tend to vegetable patches. But the hands that cultivate the land also craft beautiful baskets, intricate textiles, and ornate jewelry. In many homes, a loom occupies pride of place, as women spin cotton thread and weave blankets or shawls in hours stolen from sunup to sundown chores. These crafts are more than hobbies. Selling them often means affording school fees for children or buying medicines for the family, encasing both pride and necessity in every woven strand. Sapa's kitchens are a sensory adventure. Step from the biting chill of a market morning into a low-roofed home, and you'll be welcomed with the smoky aroma of grilled pork, marinated in lemongrass, or skewers sizzling over charcoal. Thin slices of buffalo meat hang above the fire, curing for winter meals. Locally made corn wine greets guests on special occasions, fiery and potent, brimming with the flavor of harvests past. Perhaps the most iconic Highland meal is bamboo rice, freshly picked glutinous rice packed into bamboo tubes, sealed with banana leaf and slowly roasted over an open flame. Called kham lam, this dish captures everything about Sapa: simplicity, ingenuity, and a taste both earthy and unforgettable. Food here is about more than sustenance. It is community. It's common to share steaming bowls of soup flavored with hand-picked herbs, sticky rice pancakes, or wild mushrooms foraged from the forest. Experience a Highland feast, and you'll feel the strength of Sapa's traditions, not on display for visitors, but lived every day at family tables. Markets are the beating heart of Sapa, drawing tribespeople from scattered hamlets to trade, socialize, and celebrate. Each market is a spectacle of color, texture, and sound. On Sunday, Bakha thrums to life in a vibrant riot of patterned clothing, hand-woven bags, and the calls of traders. Saturdays at Kankau, women haggle over indigo-dyed scarves, silver bracelets, woven sashes, and freshly harvested produce. Amidst the fragrance of star anise and coriander, horses are paraded for sale, livestock changes hands, and friendships are renewed with a shared cup of tea. The air buzzes with multiple languages, laughter, and snippets of news from remote villages. Sapa's bounty of handmade souvenirs tempts every traveler's eye. From thickly embroidered purses to indigo-dyed blankets and hand-beaten silver jewelry, these treasures are wares spun from stories and long evenings by the fire. The skills needed to create these works take years to master, and every sale supports not only a family's livelihood, but the continuity of cultural heritage. Yet, as you wander these highlands, it's important to engage with respect. Here, cultural etiquette is cherished and expected. Taking photos should never be done without permission. A polite ask and genuine smile allow for interactions based on dignity rather than intrusion. Learning a basic greeting in Hmong or Dao, even if not perfectly pronounced, is a bridge to connection, sparking joy and sometimes even shy laughter from your hosts. Language barriers are common. Few Highlanders speak fluent English, but human warmth bridges the gap. A friendly wave or shared gesture opens doors where words cannot reach. In Sapa, smiles are the universal currency, and patience, alongside curiosity, brings the richest rewards. One of the most remarkable facets of Sapa's highlands is the vital role women play in village economies. While tending fields and raising children, women are entrepreneurs at heart, leading trekking tours, running guest houses, and bringing handicrafts to international markets. Many have blazed trails as cultural ambassadors, sharing tribal traditions with visitors while managing their own tourism businesses. Their strength, adaptability, and pride in heritage are visible in every interaction, and their influence is shaping new opportunities for the next generation. But life in the highlands is not without its challenges. Access to education can be limited by remoteness and economic constraints, and incomes often depend on unpredictable agriculture or tourism. With the arrival of more outsiders, local communities face the task of balancing tradition and modernity. striving to build brighter futures without losing touch with ancestral ways. The presence of tourists has brought both opportunity and difficulty. Finding the right balance between welcome and preservation is an ongoing process. This is why practicing sustainable tourism is so important in Sapa. To ensure that your visit supports, not disrupts, local communities, it's important to choose ethical guides and agencies, buy only fair trade or locally made souvenirs, and opt for homestays that directly benefit villagers. Staying longer in a village means more than convenience. It means sharing meals, understanding daily routines, and building relationships that go beyond mere sightseeing. Highland cultures celebrate life together through vibrant festivals. The Gao Tao Festival is perhaps the most significant for the Hmong, taking place in the open air with games, dancing, singing, and prayers for luck, fertility, and peace in the new year. When Tet, the Vietnamese Lunar New Year, arrives, villages fill with the music of drums, the boom of firecrackers, and the joyful reunions of families returning home. Ceremonies and spiritual rituals are witnessed throughout the year, calling on ancestors for health, successful harvests, or protection from storms. Each tribe has unique traditions, a constellation of beliefs that blends respect for elders, reverence for nature, and a deep sense of family. Animism and ancestor worship are central to spiritual life here. Across Sapa, it is common to find sacred trees, stone altars, or small shrines tucked beside rice fields. Villagers believe that spirits inhabit the rivers, forests, and mountains, shaping daily decisions, a test of harmony with the natural world that sustains them. Rituals are held not just for fortune, but also to maintain a delicate balance with the land. There is a deep understanding that the earth provides, but must also be honored and protected. These customs reveal why Sapa is unique, not just as a place of striking beauty, but as a crossroads where adventure and authenticity meet. It is the strength of tradition, carried with humility. It is villagers opening their doors to strangers, eager to share their songs and stories. It is the resilience to adapt, and the courage to protect what is most precious. As day ends in the highlands, and the mountains are veiled in drifting clouds, the true essence of Sapa emerges, an interwoven tapestry of people, place, and spirit. Whether you are walking a muddy path at dawn, sharing a bowl of hot soup in a bustling market, or learning the meaning behind an ancient festival dance, you are not just observing a destination. You become, for a while, part of its ongoing story. Sapa is unforgettable not only for its stunning vistas and dramatic rice terraces, but because it invites you to slow down, to connect, and to listen. Here, you find that adventure does not always mean conquering mountains. Often, the greatest journeys are those that open your heart to the lives of others. In Sapa, you learn that humanity is truly measured not by the language spoken or the clothes worn, but by the generosity of spirit and the ties that bind. For every visitor fortunate enough to journey here, there is an unspoken agreement to carry home not just souvenirs, but the lessons and kindness of those who call these highlands home. Remember always to travel with respect, humility, and gratitude, acknowledging that real adventure is meeting eyes across cultures and recognizing, in the smile of a stranger, a reflection of your own hope and humanity.